Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Learnxplore. We know that you've missed us being on your screens, and we have missed being on your screens. So that is why today we have a special episode for you, and we have a special guest. His name is Edidiong, the Chief Technical Officer at Learnxplore. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Yes.
So,
I'm good to be here.
Oh, thank you. So, I'm sure you know the first question we have for you.
I don't know the first question.
So please, can you tell us about yourself?
Okay. My names are Emmanuel Edidiong, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm the Chief Technical Officer at Learnxplore, right? So I'm also a software engineer at Learnxplore, and I majorly focus on cross-platform development in the company, right, which cuts across front-end and back-end development. So usually they tie it together and call it full-stack development.
Oh, so what's the difference between front-end and back-end?
Okay.
And full-stack. Full-stack is a mix of both. So
yes,
what's the difference?
It's a combination of both. So front-end really is just the interface of what we see as users, right? So when you go on the website and you visit the website, so the interface, right? Yeah. The aesthetics and all. That is what we call
back end.
Yeah. So the back end is now what you don't see. So what makes the front end functional?
All the coding and programming.
Exactly, database and all of that. So that's the back end. So I do a bit of both of them. Yes, majorly, right? So. And I work across, like I said, cross-platform. That is mobile apps and web applications. Okay. So over the years, I've gathered experience at least for like about 4 to 5 years in building.
Wow. That's a long time. A lot of experience.
Yes. So we still try to gather more experience because
definitely.
The work really never ends. So
and we learn every day.
And we learn every day. Yes. Yeah. So it's been a great thing for me working at Learnxplore. Yes.
Okay. So, how did you find yourself at Learnxplore?
Okay, that's a good question. So ideally, I've been based in Lagos, right? Yeah. So I've lived all my life in Lagos, and prior to when I came to Learnxplore, I worked in a tech company that was just based on building projects for clients, right? Different clients. So we didn't have like an in-house project, just the way Learnxplore has its projects, right? Or rather product. So what we were just doing was to facilitate development of different clients' projects. So it was more of like a client-based company, right? Not product-based. Yeah. So from there, I gained so much experience in building SaaS products, building legal products, building LMS products.
What are SaaS products?
Okay, SaaS product, that is SaaS, that is software as a service, right? So you build a software where the client can now prefer that solution to other customers, right? Which now provides that solution to users. So you see it as like a customer to a customer, then from customer to the final end user. So that's what we have like. So let me give a practical instance. Let me say Coursera now, for instance, right? So Coursera is like a SaaS product, right? So you can go on Coursera as an institution or as an organization that wants to sell a course, right? And selling that course, you're selling to your own users. So that's a SaaS product. So from there, I gained experience in all of that, and it was fun. So answering your question, how Learnxplore came. So I one thing I also wanted to mention is that during my service here, right, I had the opportunity to serve in a school, right, the traditional school system, right. So funny how I was a maths tutor, right, for the primary 4 class.
I'm not like my maths teachers.
So it was fun because I had so much experience in that little time that I spent in the school.
How was the experience for you in general?
It was really good because having to interact with children of that age and see how the normal school curriculum worked, how you create your lessons, how you go to teach, how you follow a strict timetable, how you have to be there early enough so that you can attend to the children. So all of that for just 1 year was really helpful for me because I could get the education experience like full time. Like that
sorry,
well.
one question. Did you like intentionally want to be in the educational space, or it's just NYSC that just puts you there?
It was, to be honest, it was just NYSC.
It was an experience with
exactly. So I mean, if somebody had told me that in the future years to come, you'll be in Learnxplore doing education, I was like, no. So
but you enjoyed your time.
Yes, I did. I did enjoy my time. So I'm just trying to say that the experience I got from that, right, helped me to, factor in what I will be doing, right, in Learnxplore. So then the Learnxplore job came, right, while I was in my previous workplace, and it was in Abuja. The office was based in Abuja, so they wanted me to come over. From Lagos, exactly. And you can imagine me spending all my, years in growing up in Lagos and all. So it was a bit difficult for me to leave, right? I tried to convince.
Is Abuja not better than Lagos?
Abuja, well, so far, because I've spent, a year and a month, right? So trust me, Abuja is better. Abuja is Abuja is better, right? Better in the sense of the whole serenity.
You don't have traffic.
Yeah, exactly, traffic and all of that. So Abuja really has traffic, right? And even if they do, it moves, right? It's not like Lagos, you spend a lot of hours on the road and you just get frustrated. So Abuja is really good for me, right? So I got the job and I finally decided to come over, and so far the 1 year has been so great. Yes. So that's how I came. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So what were some of the challenges that you faced, pre-launch, before launching the app, and then also after launching the app? What were some of the challenges?
Okay, so challenges, right? So before we launched the app, because we launched, the initial plan of launch was September, sometime in September last year, 2022. So, but we had some challenges that made us to launch, like a month after October, yes. And this challenge was the fact that we got our app, rejected on the Google Play Store, right, multiple times, yes. So, yes, we tried to apply for the family program because our app, entails or curtails for children, right? It's a solution for children, right? So they had so many restrictions and guidelines that we had to, follow, from like head to toe. We have to follow everything. So if you miss anyone, you just get rejection. When they say red flag. So we're just getting red flags, and it was a bit frustrating, but it was a cool process. But we were able to scale through, and the moment we got our app on the Play Store was
a moment of victory.
Exactly, a moment of victory. So we were all happy. We started studying, sharing to our friends and co-workers in the office. Yes, so our post-launch was good because in the sense that when our app finally came out and we were able to start installing it and downloading on our phones, the primary goal was to start deploying to schools, right? So we were going to schools in Akure, in Ogun State, right, to deploy, right? So, and it was really good because a lot of schools showed interest in the products, right? So, especially schools that didn't have access to e-learning, right? So e-learning in the sense that they don't have a learning lab, right? Where they get access to modern facilities.
That's like computer lab.
Computer lab, exactly. So we bringing this product to them was really, really like a game changer for them. So they really loved it. Exactly. And we were playing the videos, and the children were all interested and having fun and interacting. So it was really nice, right? But in the long run, we noticed that some of the schools said, okay, this is really good, right? How can we assess what the children are actually learning, right? And that just struck like an idea to us, like, okay, this is actually very good because, one thing is for you to put your product out there, another thing is for you to get feedback from that product to know how to make it better, right? So we thought of that and said, okay, we came back to our drawing board and said, how can we create an assessment to assess the children's learning capabilities, right? So that you are not just, watching the products, watching the videos and learning without assessing yourself. So we went back and we were able to bring out a feature, which is the assessment feature, right? Such that when you probably take a course, let's say for instance basic science, right? You can watch basic science as a course, then you cannot assess yourself, right, with it. And
based on what you learned from
exactly,
the app.
exactly. And there's a whole reporting feature that shows you how you did, how you performed, and how you can even do better.
Wow.
Right. So it was really, really good, and we did that and pushed it out again. So we solved the first challenge, right? So and so far it has been good, and we are just having other challenges, and we're also able to fix that. Another challenge we also had was because of where we're deploying in remote areas, like I mentioned, Akure and Ogun State, right? So another challenge that came up was the issue of internet. Internet.
Yes,
so trust me, internet in Abuja, you can't it's different from internet in places like Akure, remote areas, right? So we had to come back again and say, okay, what can we do to make them accessing this content? Because imagine you playing a video, right, and it's just buffering and loading. I mean, it exactly, it reduces the attention span of the child, right? So what we now did was to go back, right? So look for a way to, make our content offline, right? Because we deploy tablets, we deploy projectors, we deploy monitors, right? In some cases phones, right? So and MiFi, but even that MiFi, if it doesn't have a strong connection, it's still buffers and all. So we're able to create an offline content with the app, so such that when you are getting the tablet or the tools or the devices from us, right, you get them preloaded on the device, right? So we're able to create a feature where you can download content offline, right? So when we deploy it to your school, you don't need to use the internet, so to speak. You can just keep watching yourself.
Okay, so is there a way to update them after a while as new content is being added to the app, as there are updates on the app? How do they get them?
Okay, so it is really, really seamless, because if, for instance, a new course just comes in, right, and it's on the app, you get notified, right, that there's a new course, and it's just a matter of you downloading based on the subscription plan.
So it's just for them to
just keep downloading. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we've learned a lot, including the technical aspect. So my next question for you is, what were some of the highlights from the last couple of weeks or last month?
Okay, so that's a very nice question, because the last couple of months, let's say 2 months, it's been really good, because we've had cases where we had to partner with NGOs, right? Just a way of supporting what they do, right? So for instance, sometime last month we went to Lagos to support an NGO that does accelerated learning, right? Accelerated learning in the sense that there are children, right, in rural communities in Lagos that do not have access to a proper education. So this NGO, what they do is that they come together, clothe them, feed them, bring them together, and teach them, the normal curriculum that they learn in the normal school. And even the way of teaching is different, because they know that the attention span is different, right? So these are children that do not even know anything about education, grown-ups 14, 15 years that do not know basic maths, basic English and all of that. So the way they teach them is different. They can be sitting on the table, they can be writing and doing stuff, and they're just learning. So it was really good, because we're able to impact in the lives of the children by providing our content.
That must have been a wonderful experience.
Yes, it was. So we were really, really happy, and they were grateful for that. Another highlight was during Children's Day.
Yeah, Mr. Olufemi mentioned that.
Yes. So during Children's Day, we were able to meet with our partner schools in Akure, and we did like a sort of debate among our school partners. So where we gathered children from all the schools and their teachers to just participate. So prior to this, we already told them that we are planning this, so just for them to prepare. Right, so the debate was really, really interesting. I mean, you could see children, from what they've learned on the app, right, they are able to come out, and I think the topic was I think about how online learning helps. I can't really remember, but how online learning helps the children. And the debate was really, really interesting. I mean, you could see children, just coming out to debate for or against. So, and they won cash prizes, won books, won, some cases, won school fees and all of that. So it was a really, really good experience. Yes.
Thank you very much. It's been an exciting couple of weeks.
Yes.
So the last question.
Okay.
What should we be expecting from Learnxplore in the next couple of months, next couple of weeks? What should we look out for?
Okay, so that is a very, very interesting question, right? So, and I have a lot to give you, right? Well, I'll just give you in detail, right? So we don't just peel out all the eggs for you.
Definitely.
All right. So first of all, another of the challenge that some of our schools got was the idea of class categorization. Excuse me. Right. So, in the sense that teachers in schools, because primarily the customers are parents and teachers, because they are the ones in turn that will now give to their children how to use it. So our users are the children, right? But primarily the customers are the teachers and the parents. So they made some complaints on how to navigate through the app to get what they actually want, right? Which brings me to class categorization, right? So in the coming months, what we intend to do is to is in a way reorganize the app such that once you on board or once you sign up to the app, you can easily select your class, right? Whether it's from primary 1 to 3, 3 to 6, like that, right? So we section them in K1 and K2, right? So that's K12 across.
Yeah, so that now actually makes it personalized.
Exactly, to the user, right? So you're able to select that, that's one. Then two, because we are now going to be strictly following the curriculum, right, of the school, right? And using the Nigerian curriculum, right? So we would have it in terms. So when you open a course, right, you can see first term, second term, third term, right? And even in those terms, you can now see it itemized in weeks, right? Week 1, what you learn.
Just like you have it in school, the scheme of work for each term.
Exactly. So it's easy for the teacher to just say, okay, today I'm teaching introduction to algebra, and I just go to the term, I go to the week, and I just find the topic, right? So it's straightforward.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So amongst all other features that we plan to push, but these are the major two things that we tend to push out in the coming weeks. Yes.
Okay, I also noticed on the app that there are now new country codes. So what's up with that?
Okay, yes. So that is also a new update that we did, right? Currently, or before, we just had the app, majorly in Nigeria, right? So you could create an account with the +234 country code, right, which is Nigeria. But now we have it in other countries, especially West African countries, right? So wherever you are, whether Ghana, whether Cameroon, whichever West African country you are, so you can easily just download the app with your country code and just have access to it. So it's just a way for us to spread out of reach in Nigeria and reach other countries. And trust me, we'll be getting nice interest. Yes,
I think that's a good one as well, because there are educational challenges across West Africa, across Africa. So I think that's a good move, and actually it will increase reach.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yes.
So before you go, we are just going to play a quick game of rapid fire. Just 3 questions.
Okay.
So the first one, what's your favorite month in the year?
October, of course.
Why?
Because that's my birthday month. Yes, it has to be.
What is your favorite season of the year?
Season as per dry or wet? Rainy season.
Yeah, raining or dry season, Harmattan. Have you experienced real Harmattan? Have you been to Jos?
No, I've not been to Jos, so...
Then maybe you haven't. But dry season or rainy season?
So I think it's a mixture of both. I don't really too like dry because it's really hot. Then I also don't really too like the rainy season. So I'll just say a mixture of both. But if I was going to pick one, I think I'll pick rainy season.
Why?
Because it's better cool than hot.
Okay, so what is your favorite food? Last question.
Yes, afang soup. That's the way to my heart.
Akwa Ibom.
I'm Akwa Ibom, exactly. Afang. So
thank you so much for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed this, and we hope to see you once more. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't, and follow us on social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all Learnxplore. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.